Today we observe Veterans Day, a really important time to recognize the courage and uniqueness of our armed forces. We know that American veterans have given so much, but what can they teach us about how to be a little better at persuasion? In military training, synchrony is often key. Military personnel are taught to run together and train together, and sometimes even to march together. And research tells us that doing synchronized activities with other people, like marching, has a powerful effect on our brains. In fact, when we synchronize with others, our brains start to match that of other people. Our brain chemistry falls in line with others. Synchronizing our movements gets our brains on the same page. It can make us more loyal, more giving, and more willing to help and sacrifice for others, which can be a critical part of combat. Here's how it works. In one study, researchers put people in teams and had some of them walk in step together, and had some of them walk together for the same length of time, but not in step. Later, the researchers had everyone play games in which they could either choose to keep all resources for themselves or give and sacrifice for other people in their group. They found that the people who walked in step or synchronized were 50% more likely to give to others in their groups than the people who did not march together. When they synchronized, these people had more brain overlap. They got on the same page. They started to see each other as a part of a group or team. And when we think we're part of the same unit, we are more likely to give, sacrifice, and be loyal to those in our unit. In a follow-up study, the researchers found that marching together made people more likely to obey their leader's instructions. So what does this teach us about persuasion? That when we synchronize with people, it can be easier to influence them. When we synchronize, it's easier to get people to buy in. You can use the synchrony tactic to make it more likely that people will say yes and buy in by doing simple things like walking in step or subtly mirroring their movements before making a request. You can learn a lot more about how to do this at my Persuasion Pollination site, where there are dozens of short persuasion how-to videos that will teach you easy ways to get people to buy in. Use the code FREEVIDEO to watch any of the videos of $10 value for free.